Hi, I'm Sadie. Giselle. Michelle. Emma.
Hi, I'm Clara.
Hi, I'm Jana. Stella. Malia.
Chance.
Tyree.
We are Kids for Positive Change. Kids for Positive Change takes positive action for animals, people, and the planet.
Our goal is to save and protect the planet.
The planet is facing a lot of problems.
But together, we can find solutions and take positive action. It's a pretty big job, but we know small steps and bright ideas can lead to big results.
If we can take positive action, so can you!
Hi everyone, it's Bree and me. Today, we're going to wake up with Bree and the Kids for Positive Change team and take positive action for animals across the globe impacted by climate change. Are you ready, Bree? Are you ready? Let's go! What is climate change? Jalen?
Animals' habitats are changing.
Clara?
The Earth is getting warmer.
Climate change is marked by rising temperatures across the Earth, also known as global warming. Global warming is caused by too much carbon dioxide and methane in Earth's atmosphere. Climate is the pattern of weather conditions over a long period of time for a large area. Different places have different climates. The animals living in these different places rely on certain climates to survive and thrive. But due to global warming, climates are changing.
For example, in the rainforest, what do you think it does every day?
It rains.
Because of climate change, it's raining less and less in the rainforest. And how do you think that impacts the animals that live there?
They'll have less water.
What do you think, Clara?
Things will start to dry up.
Yep, less water, things start to dry up, and that really impacts the whole ecosystem, right? How about we learn about animals across the globe, why they matter, how they're impacted by climate change, and most importantly, how we can take positive action to help. First up, Earth's largest land mammal, the elephant.
Elephants live in parts of Africa and Asia. They live in herds. A matriarch leads her herd. Elephants have excellent memory and will revisit the same watering hole year after year. Elephants have trunks. They use their trunks to pick up objects, trumpet warnings, and to greet each other. They even use trunks as snorkels when swimming in deep water. Do you know how many muscles are in an elephant's trunk? Did you know elephants can weigh up to 14,000 pounds? You'd think you can hear them coming, but elephants have special cushion pads on the bottom of their feet. The pads absorb all that weight and also allow elephants to walk without making a sound. Let's try walking like elephants. I didn't hear anything. Did you? Elephants can eat up to 600 pounds of vegetation a day. Elephants are called the great tree planters. The seeds through all the vegetation they eat pass through their body and out through their poop.
Ew.
No, it's really cool. The seeds plant new trees, and trees absorb carbon dioxide. Yep, so elephants actually help fight climate change by planting trees. But climate change is causing elephants' watering holes to dry up, and they are losing some of their food sources, and food is getting really hard to find. Elephants are also really sensitive to heat. There are simple steps we can take to fight climate change. Steps that will help elephants. We can turn off lights when we leave a room. Powering down means using less electricity. We can walk or ride a bike to get from place to place. No cars means using less fossil fuels. We can waste less food by eating everything on our plates. Remember, food sitting in a landfill turns into methane, a greenhouse gas that causes global warming. Global warming causes climate change. When we take positive action for elephants, we're taking positive action for all animals and humans because we are all connected. And remember, if we can take positive action, so can you.
Wow, elephants are really cool. Now let's meet a salamander that's bound to grow on you. It's the axolotl. Are you ready, Bree? Are you ready? Let's go.
The axolotl lives in Lake Xochimilco, near Mexico City. The axolotl is cool because it can regenerate lost body parts. Regenerate means to grow back. Axolotls are aquatic predators that help keep ecosystems balanced. Axolotls are really important, but they are critically endangered. Climate change makes the problems axolotls are facing even bigger. Strong storms can cause Mexico City's sewer system to overflow, and humans' waste ends up in axolotls' habitats.
Now, let's hop to it and meet another animal impacted by climate change. That's right, Bree, the kangaroo.
Kangaroos live in parts of Australia. They are the largest marsupial on Earth. Marsupials are mammals who carry their young in a pouch. The young develop and grow inside the pouch. A baby kangaroo is called a joey. Kangaroos have big feet. They can leap up to 30 feet and travel more than 30 miles an hour. Kangaroos play an important role by regenerating native plants, by grazing, and, I know, you know, through their poop.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Dean Huxley and I'm the manager here at WA Wildlife. So we're a wildlife rescue, treatment and rehabilitation facility in Perth, Western Australia. Now, kangaroos, again, play a huge role in the environment, not only in terms of keeping, sort of the whole ecosystem in check, but things like seed dispersal. So they transport seeds from one area to the other. With the design of their feet, as they walk, they actually create little mounds in the ground, which allows plants to germinate and to grow. So they're actually responsible for flora actually developing and growing in areas that without them in that space, we wouldn't actually see these plants growing. In terms of kangaroos, look, they have ongoing issues. The biggest one for them would be habitat destruction. Okay, so in terms of climate change, bushfires, and how that's impacting, kangaroos, dingoes, and our other native wildlife, I'm sure you may have seen a couple of years ago in the news, Australia had huge bushfires, the worst we've ever seen. And the stats that have come out of that, more than 2 billion native animals were wiped out in that bushfire, more than 2 billion. That's a huge number of our fauna that we've lost, in one incident. And, when we get bushfires, and we had bushfires near us quite recently here in Western Australia, and we're talking about 10,000 hectares that were burnt over a few day period, and that was a really hot fire. So that just ripped through, and, things don't survive those sort of really hot fires that we get here in Australia. We're talking fires that are going through on 35, 38 degree days. So, things don't survive. And, kangaroos especially, they're very good at outrunning the fire. They're very fast. These animals can move, at alarming speeds. We're talking, 35 kilometers per hour. However, it's when the fire is out and these animals are returning looking for food, that's when they will either die because they fall in holes, they have trees fall on them, or they get really severe burns because the ground is still hot for for weeks after the fire. So do as much as you can now to learn about the environment, about climate change, the effects that we as humans are having on wildlife. Be as informed as you can, because the more informed you are, and then you can sort of make some better decisions on how you can then go forward and help. There's a really good quote by Jane Goodall, which is think global, act local. So it's think about the global issues, but then look in your own backyard and look, well, how can I help nearby? Long term, if you're wanting to get involved, look for your local wildlife groups that are non-profits that are really doing it tough, and look at ways that you can help there. And it might not necessarily be doing fundraising. It could be volunteering your own time, so volunteering to actually go and help. And even if it's just, cleaning cages and mucking out poo, that sort of stuff, look, that's all going to help these animals in the long run and help conservation outcomes. But also look at, writing to your government. Kids actually have a really powerful voice, and the more the government actually see that kids are getting on board, we're going to see huge changes.
Kangaroos are facing a lot of problems. Increased heat and drought from climate change makes it hard for kangaroos to find food. Bushfires are another big problem. Although climate change doesn't directly cause bushfires, kangaroos' habitats are getting hotter and drier because of climate change, making fires burn longer and hotter. Bushfires wipe out kangaroos' food sources and homes.
Now, let's be inspired by 6th grader Paige from Ashtabula, Ohio, who organized a fundraiser to help kangaroos and other animals impacted by Australia's bushfires.
It was important to help Australia with the bushfires that did a lot of damage to both the animals and the people. There have been a lot of animals lost and a lot who are still hurt. So we are trying to help put up feeding stations and take in orphaned or hurt animals.
Paige, along with fellow 6th grade students from Ashtabula, Ohio, raised over $1,000 for Australian organizations saving kangaroos and other wildlife after intense Australian bushfires. The KPC team of 6th graders made a paper chain, calling it the Paper Chain of Love from Ashtabula to Australia. Kids, teachers, principals, families, and community members donated $1 and in return received a paper link. They put their names on the link and the KPC team created the Paper Chain of Love. You can make your very own paper chain to raise money for an organization helping animals and the environment.
We are Kids for Positive Change, sending love from Ashtabula to Australia.
Woo! Whoa! Paige is amazing! And all of her friends, too. That's right, Bree. Now, let's bundle up and head to a polar climate to take positive action for, you guessed it, polar bears.
Polar bears live in the Arctic. They rely on sea ice to survive and thrive. Polar bears are the world's largest land carnivore and the largest species of bear. They are important because they help keep prey species, mainly the seal population, in balance. They can swim up to 6 miles per hour. Even though polar bears live in a super cold climate, they can overheat easily. And their climate is getting warmer and warmer and warmer because of climate change. Climate change is melting sea ice. More swimming means more energy trying to find prey, and prey is getting harder and harder to find.
My friends, how does it make you feel when we're learning about all these problems our planet is facing? Clara?
It makes me feel guilty because we're the ones causing all these problems.
Yep. Jillian, what do you think?
Makes me feel bad for the animals.
Yeah. So sometimes I think we need to recharge, right? And have some fun, let loose. Do you know what we need to do? We need to dance for the planet!
We can take to fight climate change. We can save trees. Remember, trees absorb carbon dioxide, a leading cause of global warming, which causes climate change. The more trees we have on Earth, the better. Many trees are cut down to make paper products. We can recycle paper and cardboard. If we recycle the paper products we use, that means less trees need to be cut down. We can use cloth napkins instead of paper and reusable cleaning cloths instead of paper towels. We can switch to paper products made from sustainable bamboo. When something is sustainable, it means it lasts far into the future. We can write letters to decision makers asking for stronger climate change legislation to reach net zero. We can write letters to big businesses and corporations asking them to cut emissions and reach net zero. Reaching net zero means the amount of greenhouse gas we add to the Earth's atmosphere is no more than the amount we take away. We can learn more about renewable energy. Renewable energy comes from the sun, wind, and water. Solar panels and wind turbines are examples of renewable energy. We can support organizations like WA Wildlife, taking positive action to save and protect kangaroos. We can share our knowledge.
And remember, if we can take positive action,
So can you!
That's right! So can you right now!
Writing a letter to a decision maker is a great way to take positive action for the planet. Many decision makers read letters from kids. Your letters can make a big positive difference. Get writing. Writing a formal letter to a local, state, or national representative or business owner is a great way to take positive action on problems that are important to you. Change starts with you, and your opinion and ideas matter. What you'll need: a blank piece of letter-sized paper, a pen or pencil, an envelope, a stamp. Decide who you'd like to send your letter to: a business owner, a U.S. senator or member of Congress, a governor or mayor, or the President of the United States. There are many other people you can contact. These are just some suggestions. Have an adult help you find the decision maker's mailing address. Write your letter. Introduce yourself and write about the problems you'd like to see solved. Include your bright ideas. Ask friends and family to join you. Making informative flyers to share your knowledge is a great way to take positive action. You can give your flyers to friends, family, and community members. All you need: a piece of paper, crayons, or markers. Have fun. You both rock! Air five, air five, air five, air five, air five. Now, let's be inspired and meet some special guests from the Roots and Shoots National Youth Leadership Council. Are you ready to say hello? Or in your case, crow? Let's go.
Hello, my name is Chloe Ng, and I am a member of the Roots and Shoots National Youth Leadership Council. I am a senior in high school, and I am really passionate about doing things that help the environment, that help people, and help animals. Being a leader to me means being brave. And this is because a lot of the time, a leader is someone who pulls away from everyone else, who does something that everyone else isn't maybe comfortable doing. A leader is someone who is able to take that step forward, even if they're feeling a bit scared, even if they're not sure if they're able to do it, but they do it anyway, because that's something that will allow other people to follow in their footsteps and to go along with them to whatever they're working towards. Another thing that I think a leader is someone who is compassionate. And compassion isn't always mentioned as a leadership trait, but it's something that I have learned is particularly important because of Roots and Shoots. It's one of the compassionate leadership traits. And it allows you to empathize with people. And having empathy and being able to connect with people is something that really allows for leadership to happen, because it allows people to learn from you and you to learn from them. And I think that's what makes change happen, when you connect with people and when you all work towards a common goal. For a young person who feels a bit hopeless, I would say that I totally get it, because I have felt that way many times before. And it's especially hard when you feel like you want to make a change, but it's not happening around you, or not seeing the immediate effects. And it can be hard when you think about how big the world is and how many problems there are and how much one person can actually do. So I totally understand, and that's something that I have felt many times before. But what keeps me going is the idea that it is possible. And going back to the point I touched on earlier, which is that you don't have to do something huge. You don't have to change the world overnight. And it's enough just to do something small. It's enough just to say something kind to someone else and make their day better. It's enough to save one tree. It's enough to give some treats to a dog at a shelter. So everyone has the ability to do one thing and to do multiple things that can actually make the community better. Even if it's just in a small way, it still matters if you're able to brighten up your little corner of the earth, and everyone else does a little bit to make their corner of the earth brighter, then eventually the whole world will be illuminated.
Hi, my name is Abby. I am 19 years old, and I am a youth leader with the Roots and Shoots National Youth Leadership Council. I feel it's important for young people to take action because I think age shouldn't be something that stops people from chasing what they care about. So I think it's really important that young people know that they are powerful and that they have so many capabilities, and you don't have to wait until you're grown up or a certain age. If you care about something, I think it's important to know that you have the power to create positive change.
Hello, my name is Maddie Gregg, and I am a 15-year-old sophomore located in Los Angeles. Many people think that you need some crazy, big, extravagant project to make a big difference, but that's not true whatsoever. It's not the project itself or the action, really, that makes a difference. It's the person themselves wanting to make a difference, wanting to make this impact, wanting to help others and this planet. It basically has to do with them and their drive to want to help. Don't try and be like someone else who is doing something. Try and be your own person. Like, yes, we want to look up to those who are making changes, but at the same time, we already have them. We want you. We want your individuality. We want your thoughts, your creativeness. We want you and however you can help.
Young people have immense power, and because a lot of young people and all the young people who I have known are so full of hope and so full of inspiration and energy, it's just important to me that people know that wherever they are, whoever they are, they can make a difference, and that there is a lot of hope in the world. So I just hope that people feel that this is possible for them, because it is.
Now let's talk to Clara about saving and protecting the planet. I'm here with Clara, a true kid for positive change. Tell us about some of your projects that you've done.
We presented at Roots and Shoots in Chicago.
Who did you present to?
Jane Goodall.
Oh, Jane Goodall. Dude, I cried the whole time, didn't I? Clara actually had Kleenex for me. She actually brought, remember how sweet you were, Clara? Because she knew I would cry on the bus talking about Dr. Jane, right? And then when I actually saw her, Clara saved me. So tell us about that experience. How was it on stage presenting in front of Dr. Jane Goodall?
It was kind of, I was nervous.
You were a little nervous? What were you talking about? What did you present about?
I think about the bench that we built between our schools using recycled plastics.
The Earth Bench, right? And that was a really cool project. What about the straw campaign? Tell us about that.
We made a bunch of flyers and stuff saying to skip the straw, and we tried to get restaurants to only give straws upon request.
And did we succeed? Yeah, we did. So what's important to tell other kids that might say, you know what, I don't know what to do? You know, how can they start? What's your advice to them?
You can start by recycling or cleaning up trash.
Yep. So that's pretty much something anybody can do, right? What about sharing your knowledge when you learn something maybe from this episode? What do you think about that?
You can share it with your local representatives.
Absolutely. Anything else you'd like to share with our viewers today?
You can make a positive impact wherever you are.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. Now let's talk to Jalen about saving and protecting the planet. Hi everyone, I'm here with Jalen, an incredible kid for positive change. Jalen, tell our audience, what is it like being a kid for positive change?
You get to do nice things for animals.
Like what? What do you get to do?
Clean up trash.
Why does trash hurt animals?
Because it can kill them.
How does that happen?
Like, it can get stuck in their throat and they eat it and stuff like that.
Yeah. So is that something that you really like to do, like beach cleanups and park cleanups? Yeah, you're really good at it too. I've seen you in action. And Jalen, do you think our kid viewers, wherever they are, do you think that's something that they could do? Yep. Me too. Jalen, I also saw you speak at City Council. Tell us about that experience.
I was kind of nervous.
So,
I think it's so important for our kid viewers to know that even though you were nervous, even though you thought, whoa, there's a lot of people watching me, you were the voice for animals and really the planet when you spoke at City Council, right? That was really awesome. I think that deserves an air 5.
Hi, my name's Jason. I'm 12 years old. We need to protect our planet. It's our home, it's our environment, and it's facing a lot of problems.
Thanks so much for joining Bree and me, and for taking positive action for animals, people, and the planet. Until next time, believe in yourself and a brighter future. See you later.
We're the kids for positive change. Working together so we can arrange bright ideas and actions to help our free. To heal our planet as a raw family. Our goal is finding solutions we need. To save our planet, let's start with the seed that grows into actions to help us away. Kids for positive change saves the day.
So can you! That's right, so can you!
For more information about this show, visit kidsforpositivechange.com.